Hello, this is your Fun Living Holistic Health Coach, Kim Sit here with your end of week 3 report for my Best Breath Ever Experiment 2018. At the time of recording, it is January 22nd. So let's get right into it. What was new for this week? My new expedition this week was to have no bread and no dairy, and of course, no sugar. And that has been identified as anything that's processed other than honey and maple syrup and dried fruit and fruit. And also my other goal was to get into bed by 9:45 p.m. How did I do? Well, the no bread, no dairy was great. Actually, yesterday I was going to have a piece of toast, 2 toasts because the week was over. I actually thought about extending it, but because I felt I needed some comfort. What happened was my husband ended up eating them, so it was great. So I've still been bread-free and dairy-free since last week. Now, as for the in bed by 9:45 p.m., almost. One time I got in there at 9:46 p.m. One time I got in there at 9:44, but I had my phone on, so not all lights were off. So again, trying to practice no phone in bed. Phone must be on airplane mode outside of bedroom. I did consume salty pistachios, store-bought potato chips. Yes, that I actually haven't done in a while. Again, I felt like I needed some kind of comfort, doing something quote unquote bad. And so I had potato chips. And the 3 ingredients on the potato chips were potatoes, selected potatoes, sunflower oil, and salt. I'm going to look into that later on as the weeks progress. I've also had a lot of canned mussels and oysters, a few cans here and there, and this was something I had not done up until this experiment. I also had some organic sprouted crackers, which seemed to be like the crutch since I wasn't having any sprouted bread. The new foods that I tried or that I hadn't used in months were pigeon peas, yellow split peas, and I don't even know how to pronounce this word, ajwan seeds. Now, if you know the pronunciation, please correct me so that I know. It's an Indian spice that I use for making pakoras. Besan, which is chickpea flour. Again, if you know the correct pronunciation, please let me know. And also fennel bulb, which I hadn't had in a really long time, except one time when my friend Dana made it at a potluck recently. But as for myself, I hadn't made it in a really long time. I used that in some soup and stew. Tasted good. Some challenges this week that I had to overcome was free pizza lunch at work. Wow. Awesome, right? Unless you're hungry. But I did bring my lunch, so it was all good. My daughter's birthday parties, where there was more pizza and junk food. There was sugar involved here too. She wasn't allowed to have candy, but somehow I allowed her guests to have candy, which really caused me quite the headache to recover from. My whole body was just needing to recover after that kid's birthday party. Now, this week's focus and goals. I like to be in bed by between 9:45 and 10:30 p.m. I think that's going to be a lot more attainable, seeing that I have courses at the end of the day on some days of the week. Stop buying canned mussels and oysters that are filled in sunflower oil. Again, I will be doing a little bit more research on refined oils, and I will soon be challenging myself to cut that out as well. Of course, I have lots more things to cover. Oh, a very nice quote or a little saying I heard last week during my mentor's 1-minute mentor videos was, what's the difference between try and triumph? A little bit of oomph. I loved it when I heard it. So this week I'm going to try, but add a little bit of oomph so I could triumph. Be curious and have fun. That is my gauge for having fun in life. Thank you so much again for joining in. I love that you're always approaching me and keeping me accountable for what I'm doing and that you're interested. So please keep following, keep giving me the questions and your comments. I love hearing from you. I also like to know what you're doing and what your goals are. Or maybe you didn't have any in the beginning of 2018. Maybe you have something now. I would love to hear from you. So have a great week. I will touch base again next week, which actually will be a month's time. So every month, I'm just going to do a little bit of a longer report. Have fun. This is your Fun Living Holistic Health Coach, Kim Sitt.
Oh, hi.
What were you going to say, Momo? We're at the massage place right now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always some cookies.
Yum. Mom, why'd you start this year to go off these delicious looking cookies? Or sugar? They look so delicious.
There's no time but the present.